First day after hair transplant surgery. And everything's going pretty well so far. There's still a lot of swelling. You know, one of the things I'm saying is if you want to, instead of getting Botox, you can get a hair transplant surgery and you will have very limited wrinkles for a while. But things are looking pretty good. Didn't have too much pain. Last night sucked for sleep, I'll tell you that much. I think I got like 4 hours of sleep last night throughout an 8-hour block of time. I had to relocate myself from multiple different positions just to get comfortable, and ended up, sleeping on a recliner, then the couch, then a different couch, and setting up different pillows to make sure that my back was at a 45-degree angle, or my head was at a 45-degree angle, so I wouldn't put any pressure on the transplanted area. Because right now, the way it was explained to me is that all of the hair follicles on top, those are individually planted in there, and the only thing that's securing them in right now is a bunch of blood. So you have the hair follicle into the hole that they put it in, where it's only being held in there by the blood and the hair follicle, the tissue that's on the hair follicle, and it's going to remain that way for about 7 days. But once 7 days hits, then everything's going to get taken on, or we're going to start seeing the hair follicles that stick there and the hair follicles that don't stick there, and then we're going to, at least it's going to be all malleable. It's only going to be, not malleable, it's going to be constructed together. So we'll see how it goes. Not too much pain. I was given a bunch of pain pills with acetaminophen, but I haven't taken any of them yet because my head hasn't been hurting, but it's just I've been feeling the pressure of the blood pushing out my skull or my membrane or the head tissue, and I've also been just feeling whenever I move my eyebrows. I don't see any wrinkles in there. But all in all, went pretty well. I tried to stay off my feet today. I tried to stop. Didn't work too much today. I only took a couple client calls, and then I only did a little bit of work. But, once I started feeling too much blood flow to my brain because of my work, I have a desk job that requires me to read a lot of words. That's when I stopped and took it easy. So I ended up having a team meeting with my team and told them, hey, by the way, I know I just got out of surgery. I'm feeling a little bit pressure in my head when I start working too much. So I need y'all to please pick up the slack and please help support me today because I really need it. And, I'm very thankful and grateful that my team stepped up and they were able to provide the support I needed in order to get through today. So things went well that way. As you can see, I started washing my hair today, which was nice. When I say washing it, I ended up taking a shower. Excuse me. And in order to wash my hair, I put this special shampoo into this water cup and then put some water in there. I started mixing it all around so it was nice and frothy and nice and foamy. So I had a body shower where, using soap and water and everything like that. But then once I had the frothy water, I ended up pouring that on my head in sections. So I was able to still wash the target area, put water on the target area, but not with the pressure of the shower head, but just instead pouring a cup of water on your head like you're a baby. I had to take some pills today. So I told you I didn't take any of the codeine pills because the pain hasn't been insufferable, and I'm not a big fan of pain pills anyways. But the pills I did take were, I had to take 5 of an anti-inflammatory medication, and then I took there's another medication I took that I'm supposed to take twice a day. I forgot what it's called, but I took one yesterday morning before the surgery, and then I took one last night before I went to bed or after I ate dinner. And I'm about to take it again tonight after I eat dinner pretty soon here. And every hour, I've been spraying my head with this stuff, which is triamino copper complex energy spray for hair and scalp. That's what I've been spraying on it. Just a few sprays every hour just to make sure to keep the transplant area moist. Other than that, had a pretty normal day. I was able to see some friends, talk to some friends. I just got back from my buddy Kevin's house. And by the way, when I wasn't moving around too much, but when I was outside today, even when it wasn't super sunny, it was still a little cloudy, I had an umbrella up to protect me because you don't want your head to be in direct sunlight or in very much sunlight anyways, even if it is cloudy, because those UV rays can still go through the clouds and then potentially interfere with stuff. But yeah, that's it. A little short update today. This morning I didn't want to make this video because I was so tired. I think I tried going to bed last night at 11:30. I was up at 1:30, I was up at 2:45, I was up till 3:45, then I was up at 4:40, and then I think I ended up waking up at 6:30 and just staying up and started surfing the internet, checking out my Instagrams and all that good stuff. So pretty fun time, pretty tired day, but I know that I only need to sleep in that particular manner where my head is at a 45-degree angle, so the implant area is not touching anything because it can't touch anything for about 4 more days. So I think I remember seeing this study where people start going crazy after not getting enough sleep after 7 days. So we'll see what happens after 4. Still following the doctor's orders. So they say, don't drink any alcohol. I haven't drank any alcohol. Keep drinking fluids and hydrate. So I've been having my electrolyte powders and I have an electrolyte pill. For lunch, I had a nice burger with some salad. And then for breakfast, I had some it was those like it was those sausages, the Farmer Gordon sausages or something like that, breakfast sausages, eggs, and some English muffins. So just trying to stay healthy, stay positive, and, ice a little bit more. In the evening times, that's what I'm going to do is ice more than I do during the daytimes, where I'm going to grab an ice pack, put over my face, put over my eyes, not too high over my forehead, but just so hopefully the swelling will go down a little bit. And then after I ice my forehead or my face, that's when I'm going to start massaging the blood out of my face. And, I might actually go ask my mom if I could borrow her gua sha or, the face skincare carving tool. So that way I can start getting some of the blood out. When I did my research and started watching other people who shared their hair journeys online, they, day 3, day 4, and day 5 were filled with swollen faces, different bumps that they have all around their head because all of the blood is now essentially draining out of it because your brain stops thinking that your scalp is being under attack from getting 7,216 holes poked into it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm going to try to film this tomorrow morning, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if my face gets more swollen. So before I get up, I'm going to put the seat aside, get on my knees, and do a 360. And, what's one funny thing that happened today? Excuse me. One funny thing. Okay, last night, I got back from surgery. I had that bandage wrapped around my head. You remember that bandage? I was in a pretty vulnerable spot because the transplant area, the spot where they plucked out all of the hair follicles, it was red as heck, man, because, they were poking holes and plucking those things out 1 to 5 at a time. So I take it off. I go over to my dad, go to my dad's room and say, "Hey, Dad, check it out. Like, it doesn't look that bad." And, I'm not going to say what he said in quotes, but, he said I looked like a movie star. And You know, I'm not going to say, I think he said I looked similar to Edward Norton. So, I mean, now there's a couple movies that he was in. He's a really good actor. So, if you know, you know. And if you're one of the guys, if you're one of the guys, you're going to know why that had me cracking up, that had me rolling and saying, hey, that's inappropriate all at the same time. But it was really funny to, it was a nice way to add humor to an otherwise serious situation where I was under the knife or under a bunch of needles for about 10 hours that day. So this is day 1. Yesterday was day 0. This is day 1. And stay tuned for the day 2 update. All right, here we go. This is the 360. All right. Got my head. Top of my head. We got a side view. Front view. Side view. Back view. Go down. Up view. Go down again. Back to normal. And then the right side of my head. Go here. Slowly go here. Turn to the camera. Go back again. Get the side view that way. And yeah, here it is. All right, so now here's a little bit of a closer version. Let's see. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. And, you know, here's just my smiling face. I could look good bald. I look good bald. I look good bald. Worst comes to worst, this is what you're getting for the rest of my life. So stay tuned. I can't wait to show you what day 2 looks like. And right now, no wrinkles. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching Adam J's hair journey. And one cool thing is I was already told by a couple of my friends that, you know, they've been watching this. It's been kind of encouraging them to do some more research. And, you know, surgery isn't for everybody, but for the people who are interested, you know, feel free to clown and watch all my videos and share them with your buddies, because, you know, there's certain things that developments in science and technology have done that could make men's lives feel better, and even women too. When I was walking out of the surgery, there were a couple women coming out of that same facility. And, you know, just do what makes you happy, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Well, this hurt me, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So, catch y'all later.